What is the squeal mod? Are you serious? So the squeal mod, for the 4 millionth time, when you delete stuff, instead of it sounding like an explosion, it sounds like a squeal. And the squeal is one of my moderators squealing whilst playing 7 Days to Die. There you go. What do you mean, poor Snugs? He loves it. He's been immortalised, Whiteland. Okay, so that's almost breaking even, which is good. More importantly, it's bringing a lot of steel into this now, so this should start kicking off quite nicely. Those tools. To make sure we're keeping on top of the shipment. Nice, look at this. Nice, nice, nice. Anchor is going to explode. Not really custard. I mean, if you look at it and say, what the heck is the squeal mod? The description tells you. It's a pure terror squeal. That's very true. Right, let's get a train on this line. Now, I think the diesel might work here. It's like in between. It's a bit far for a diesel, not far enough for electric. I think possibly a couple of these. The DF5 with 5 gondolas, 2 of them will easily do it. So it only takes another 6 seconds to get up to speed.
Happy anniversary, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter. Happy anniversary, Nutter.
There we go. It does, Hero, but it also stacks your locomotive running costs, so I've never really seen the need for it yet. That's how long it takes to get up to speed. Can we check the city size? Which one? I'm curious, like a full map city size comparison, just to see how all of the cities are compared comparatively of that of Fieldsbed. Have a look in a sec. You played this till 6 AM this morning, you're now watching it on Twitch. I think I need a 12-step program. You want to see the bullet train? Yeah, we need to find the best place for that. That's going to take a bit of hunting round, I think. Right, that now allocated stuff. That will then produce a lot more steel. Although at the moment, the shipment is not high. I've got a feeling this factory, there's not enough demand coming in from Ankara. You can see it's almost topped out. In order for this to scale up, we need to have more demand for these machines. So Ankara's one. Jeddah is another. Jeddah's actually over the water. Kraz is another. Kraz is currently getting 0. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kraz is only there. There must be a way we can get machines back from this factory here, back down this track to Kraz. There must be a way of doing it. We certainly have the track for it. We could even just use that. There's only one train running on that track. And that comes all the way down here.
Welcome back, Nutter.
We could... The flat car doesn't bring it back, does it? Machines go in a box car, I think, don't they? Does that work, Baz? Hang on. No, you see, you need the box car, I think. The goods wagon. So we'd have to split the train between that and that. We'd have to take some steel and bring back some machine parts, drop it here, and then deliver it. It's the same as the other train you use in the other direction. Not sure what that means, Baz. Flip-flop, thank you for 21, sir. Moss Pittman, welcome back. After selecting the mods in the workshop, do you have to do anything in the game to load? Yes, you do, D22, you do. So this is where the world's most unintuitive game design comes in. So pay attention, I shall say this only once, okay? So let's say you've just subscribed to a mod in the workshop, right? Let's say, in fact, I'll show you, actually. We'll go to files you've posted. We'll go to my mod here, and I'll subscribe to it. Okay? You can't see that. I've just subbed to my Squirrel mod. Now, when I go to load the game, okay, unlike Factorio, where it has its own like tab that shows you mods, you get none of this in this game. You need to go to enable mods here, and if that's not expanded, you need to expand it. Okay? That will then show you the mods that you have. You find the mod that you want, right? And it'll tell you it's coming from a collection or it's coming from a workshop. Like, that's my local staging area mod. Instead, I'm going to get the one from the actual workshop. You then need to enable it, right? So you need to enable the mods in this screen that you want. So if you want to load an old game that doesn't have those mods enabled, you need to click on the file name, then you need to click on the plus key over here, and then you need to find the mods that you want and tick them so they're enabled. Then you need to click start. And the next thing you should do is save the game, right? Because it will then save it with those mods associated with it. If you don't do that, you'll have to click load again and do it again. Does that answer your question, D22? Why is it laid out like that? Because developers did the UI. I would never have done it like that. Thing is, until you even see, like, when you've got no mods, and you don't even notice the plus key, though. There's no, like, mod screen or mod loader or whatever. Enabled mods tab. There's nothing. Right, so these guys want tools. Which are in this section, industrial section. I think we'll just truck them over. We'll have a depot off the back of this and a high-speed road, and we'll just bring them straight into here. So, a nice truck stop. Truck unload point. I think what around here should do, really. That'll do. Oof, look at that hill. .100-kilometer road, that's fine. Twitch buffering, yeah. It was fine yesterday.
Ay, 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 ay.
Kraz, machine trucks. Okay. Your truck depot, which we'll put over here somewhere. Thanks. What about trialing 2 bullet trains on 1-in-1 on a high demand route? Yeah, we're going to start the bullet train side of things soon. D22, you're welcome, mate. Thank you for the bits. Glad to have helped. Isn't 16 gigabytes and a 4 gigabyte GPU good enough to stream in HD on Twitch? You mean watch it? Or stream to it? It's not really about the memory on your graphics card and the memory on your PC, though. There's more to it than that. We're doing D-Biz. Right. Where are you? There he is.
Back, Nutter.
He's got 40 steel on the back. So at the moment he's got 9 cars. I reckon drop 4 of the cars maybe and make them 4 box cars. That should do it. Yeah, there is indeed, Baz. I could just replace it for 4 million. That's the other way of doing it, Baz. When you've got all that money. 4 million for a bit less inconvenience. Right, now I need some trucks on the line. Get this stuff delivered. That sound, you like it?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Okay, so it should start to recognize Kraz as a consumer. There you go. It knows about the link. Blair H, thank you for 4 months. Good morning to you. Goonboy, thank you for 16. This Squirrel brought me a cup of tea. There you go. Let's put machine parts on that line. Cool. Beautiful. Wow, what is going on here? There's almost no demand for iron ore on this line. We'll have to run one train until that looks profitable. See you later, Battle Rabbit. I think what will happen is once the parts line gets established and Kraz starts getting parts, the demand will go up for parts. When the demand goes up for parts, the shipments on this will keep rising. That will then improve. It will then demand more steel. We'll then start having to make more steel, so the shipment will go up. At that point, the iron ore demand will go up, and we'll have to add that train back. Mr. Libido, 33 months and still no cake. Dave? This is your piece of cake, Dave. Thank you for 33 months. And also the cake. Just remember, Dave, the cake is a lie. Okay, so if we wanted to do a bullet train, what would be good places to do it? Jeez, look how many private transports there are in Ankara. You bunch of scumbags. They're pretty healthy growth percentages. Public transport, none. These are the only towns that we're not actually doing anything with yet. All the other ones have got stuff going on. So, feels bad is still the #1. No, the mines don't expand, the farms don't expand, the log forests never expand. Like the source, the points of material source never grow. It's only ever the factories that grow. Holy moly, how on earth has Kuala Lumpur grown so incredibly quickly? Like this one, we only connected very late. And it's not even getting any goods, it's only getting construction material. And yet it's exploded and it's almost overtaken Feelsbad. That is just amazing. I have no idea why. Hey, Ceci. Pyongyang is the next. Pyongyang, well-connected city. You would think it was going to grow better, but it's restricted by this. You see, Pyongyang would be a 1,000-person city if it wasn't for the emissions. And all of that is down to putting the airport too close to the city. Which sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it. Medan is a very recent one. Medan was a tiny little town, and now it's just exploded as well. So we can't go to Medan with a crash. Our crash should start to grow soon when all these parts come in, so I reckon this is an upcoming town. But I don't know if we've got enough to support a bullet train. If you do a bullet train between these two major cities, it's not long enough, I don't think. I mean, what kind of distance do we need to go to make a bullet train pay? Yeah, but if it goes across the water, it starts to break our shipping then. If we start going over to Medan. It's already got a good passenger connection to here, into Feelsbad. I mean, that line nets in 2.2 million. I've got a feeling we can probably get rid of one of these ships, though. I think 3's fine. See, originally, I don't know if you remember this, but originally I was talking about doing a circuit. So, Feelsbad, Shanghai, Kras, Ho Chi Minh, Lucknow. We've almost got a circuit, though. But I think for the bullet train, straight line's best. And as far as possible. I think if Nome was a lot bigger, it would be a good candidate to go all the way up to Feelsbad on a bullet line. Or even possibly to Pyongyang. But for some reason, I don't know why, there's a lot of emissions problems here. And it's all down to this, the approach path of this thing. They just don't like it. Like, here's something I've learned. Don't put your airport too close to the city, and don't point your airport at the city. Because, well, it's severely affecting the city right now. Look at that. If this was pointing that way, all that noise would not be bathing the city. And to try and rotate that, that's going to be fun. But I think we're going to have to do it. It's going to be very expensive and very messy. Because I have to link in this train, the tram, the truck. Am I dropping packets? It has been a bit up and down, yeah. So there's not enough land to make this. I can't move this. If I want to reorient this, it's going to mean smashing the trains here. Disconnecting all that. Whew. Nah, Kirby, it's just Twitch being twitchy again. Put one out more to see. You mean this thing? You mean put it out here? It's still... surprisingly... it's still a lot. If I was to move that to here, I reckon the end of that tail bit might be here. So it'd still be getting noise on it. The big problem though is if I put this out there, it won't... This is all linked at the moment. And it won't be. And it could break these supply chains. It's just a shame really because of where Phnom Penh is, it can't expand anymore this way. So it has to expand that way. And when it expands that way, it expands into the noise, which just makes things even worse. No, it's not expanding here. They actually need a lot more land over here. That's what they need. But that's going to be phenomenally expensive. So I would have to reconfigure all those supply chains. Oh my god. It is a big task. It's doable. It's doable, but it's painful. Where we're looking now, the bit of land to the left of the airport right there. No. If I move this airport, I will break the link that I currently enjoy. What I want to do is I want to take that train station and basically rotate it so it's pointing like that. And then we'll have to reroute these lines into it, which is going to slow that down a little bit. And then all this needs to be turned like 30 plus degrees anti-clockwise. So it runs that way. So the approach path runs that way. And then all the roads can come from the back door. I don't think you can, King Awesome. Planes always arrive and depart in the same direction. They don't ever go in opposite directions. And the reason for that is wind. But in the game, it just doesn't let you. So the other problem we're going to run up against is when I try and destroy stuff. Like if I just try and destroy the airport with planes on the ground, it's not going to let me. And what What happens if you click off on a plane in mid-air? What does it do? Does it just go into a holding pattern? It's talking about the piece of land on the other side. If I put the airport on the other side, then if we were canny about the platform access, if we have stations on that side that links to the road that links to the airport, it should, in theory, keep it all connected.
Happy anniversary, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter.
So you have to get the right linkages to make that work. Donut, thank you for 27 months. Putting on planes on high maintenance will cost you more, but will reduce the emissions by 20%. How much money will I lose? How much percentage of money do you lose if you put it on high maintenance? I already configured the landing lights and made it quieter. Planes are planes, they still make a noise. What I'm thinking is, let's get this guy out of here. Hashtag blame Baz. Platforms. You love it. What is the difference between these two? Large main building with street access for passengers. Large main building with street access for passengers. Like literally the same thing. One is a side building. Yeah, but they seem to work in either configuration, you know? Oh my god, that's just ridiculous. Oh. Okay, so this guy, because his platform changed. Oh, this is not pump and exchange. No, I just changed the wrong one. No. Which one was he on? Wait, was he actually meant to stop here? Fixed. Okay. So given that, I reckon.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Yeah, you see, that's lighting up the train station, but it's not actually lighting up the truck or tram.
Welcome back, Nutter.
So we'd have to put the truck and tram around the other side to make it work. It's still doable. Trucker J, thank you for 1.5 years. You love it when I delete things. Can you roll bridge over the station? That's only one runway as well. We want 2 runways. Will that let us build a second runway? That's the question. Wait a minute. Just going to say. That's not connected into the oil anymore. It's too far from the oil now. Has to be like there to get the oil. Oh my god. That stupid oil thing is so close to the coast. What do you mean road over track? Do you mean you want me to put a road through there? I'd really rather not. It would probably help, but I'd really rather not. It would help get these in, but it still wouldn't help to get the oil in. The oil's just too far away. Yeah, it's just going to be expensive out in the land. Yeah, it's doable. Game. The inner bit, like Skyline's roads, you can just control perfectly. This game, not so. Okay, let's go with modify the terrain with the height map texture tool. Flatten the terrain. That's a $4 million extension right there. Oh, we got some cliffs. $4 million. Landing direction. Switch that round. That's better. Now, if we put that there and then stick a bit of road across here, let's see what happens. Ooh, just like that. It does not like that. No, we're either gonna have to move it or we're trying to make life a bit easier. Jeez, what? Why did that just go down like an insane amount? I actually wanted that not to keep descending. Dang it. It's not linked. It looks horrible. Listen, if it works, it's going to save a lot of pain. It's just, I think it's just too far. If I build the road first and then the track, it probably work. No. Really? That's too far. That's amazing. I really wish it would give me an idea of distance. I can see it lighting this here. I can see it lighting that there, but it doesn't light that bit. You see that? It's like that's within its influence, but that isn't. I thought airports had quite a big radius. If you click on this one, you can see the box highlighting goes all the way to here. It's quite a journey. This one gets to there, but yeah, it's just too far. Well, no, the terminal's as near as it can be. It's on this side already. Add a second street access to the train station. I've already got one here. You see, that train can see that. And it can see that. But this can't see that, and that can't see that. See? Man, that's annoying. By the sound of it, you're raking in the cheers. 2033, I know. And I've got it on half speed. Look at it. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. So in that case, we're going to need a tram and a truck station over here. And we're going to have to reroute these lines. That's the only way. It's the only way. Put the tram there, put the truck over here. We'll just have to move these two. As long as they can all see each other, which they can, they will all be linked when I destroy this. I think we'll get rid of that road. I don't think we need that road. Ultimately, we can get rid of that as well. Okay. What's that, Jackal? Okay, second runway, passenger terminal we have two already, cargo terminal. Three. To get tram track streets. Electric. Hmm. That is electrified, it's fine. That should be that. Is it possible to build the El Squirrel International Airport? Well, you can name them to whatever you want, so yeah, in theory. Right, so if we take these lines here and start rerouting them, say that one. So instead of going to Penn West, it goes here to Central. And then that one, instead of going to Penn West, right, so there's no more lines coming into here. And then we can take that. Why on earth would this truck come along here and do this? Why would it do that? It doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand. Okay, so these should go very, very quiet now. Stations report the following problems. Cargo cannot stop. Cargo stop cannot be used by passenger vehicles. Did I click on the wrong thing? I tried to send the passengers to a cargo stop. There we go. So I think that's all rerouted. Which means... Hang on, if we look at the emissions noise now... See, it still thinks there's a load of noise here. I wonder how long it takes before it realizes that that's not the case. I hope some point the devs will add a route manager so we can change the route. What do you mean? It will slowly disappear. I think we can probably speed it up though. I reckon it'll clear a bit quicker now. See, look at that. The residents complain about emissions and we plant trees. Fantastic. Oh boy, come on. How long does it take to update? Oh, look at that plane. Just look at that. You can literally see it just drawing the noise in. That's actually kind of cool. And that was only the approach. Wait for it to take off. When it takes off, there'll be like a whole lot of red over here. I kind of feel like this emission should have gone up. Woof. That's some serious red. Yeah, look, it's starting to fade away. Oh, that's down to 40%. That was on, I think, 70. So now maybe fawn will actually start to grow at a much better rate. If we can get goods into here, which I thought we was doing, but apparently not. Yeah, it's slowly fading away. It looks like it's very, very easy and quick to create it and very slow to go away. I knew I was going to sneeze. I could feel my nose building up to it. I must admit, I don't think it's worth running a bullet train into Phnom Penh. Like, there's just not even enough passengers on that train though. There's like 12 people on it. Winter hay fever. Just general dust, I think. The problem with, like, in summer, pollen, the particles that are in pollen irritate my nose. So I get hay fever. And then in winter, you know, you close your windows and all the dust gets trapped, and then the particles in the dust tend to cause the problem then. Like, if you have an allergy, a hay fever allergy, you'll often have an allergy to things like dust. It's just the particulates cause a histamine reaction in your body. How can we get more people to this station? It's 50-50, isn't it? 50-50 between private and public transport. The issue with the bullet train is also the noise and the super high maintenance.
Welcome back, Nutter.
When you've got 2 billion, though, you can probably get away with it. But yeah. Did anything change on the town's charts? Yeah, I just showed you. It was down from 70%, it's now down to 30%. So the town's growing a lot more rapidly now. But either way, that is not a town that we want to use for the bullet train. Kraz is now getting machines. Which means the machine factory... Oh my god. The machine factory maxed out like that. So they need a bit more steel. So the demand for steel is going up. There's plenty of steel being made here. He's bringing 80 parts back. Good finances. Production is throttled by coal. There we go. So now we need to bring the extra coal in. So the furthest coal I can see is probably that one. Actually, there's plenty of coal here. Yep, we need another coal line. I can't really do the entire length of the map on this map though, because it's very broken up by water.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Yeah, we could build massive bridges. Pyongyang to Kuala Lumpur. I don't know. What are the passenger numbers going to look like, though? Right. Krascoal trains 2. This is a CHS4
Happy anniversary.
with 8 gondolas. Okay, should do that. Why make it go down to single track and waste a platform? So, there's different ways of doing this. I run double track with a right-hand configuration, so the trains go down the right side, come down the right side. When they do that, if you put them into that platform there, say, which is what you're suggesting, the only way they can get back out is if you then have a switchover section here so they can use both platforms, which is fine. That's what you want to do. But I'm only ever going to run one train on this track anyway, so I don't even need to do what I'm doing. I certainly don't need to use 2 platforms. Again, there's no correct way of doing this. There's a bunch of correct ways of doing it. There's a bunch of wrong ways of doing it. This is a correct way of doing it. The condition of ship 10 is very poor. How old are you, bro? 27 years? You're a little nipper. 27 years is nothing for a ship like that. "13 years. 13 years. Done. And you could say it's exhausted. You should start getting some more coal pretty soon. At the moment, it's a bit steel starved because of the coal. That should change shortly. No, you can name a ship. You can name anything. If you bring the boats up, click on a boat, click on this, and call it Bad Boy 1 if you want. I mean, you just call it whatever you want. Okay, that's got 200 ore on the platform. And that's only got 30. That's curious.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Ankara Train Depot 4. Let's colour it obnoxious orange. Okay, that's interesting. I just told it to spawn there and it didn't. Oh my god, game, where have you put it?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I just told it to clone a train in that depot and it's put it somewhere else. Stupid thing. Let's put it out of here, which it now cannot get to where it needs to go. Ugh. Honestly irritating, that clone tool. We'll let him go. For the bullet train, Pyongyang to Kuala Lumpur should work with some slow decent tunnel underneath railroads that it crosses. So you're suggesting Kuala Lumpur to what? Pyongyang. Holy moly, dude. So you want me to build a train that cuts through this to here? I mean, you could tunnel it. It'd be like a very expensive tunnel. I suspect people who want to go from Pyongyang to Kuala are probably flying to Fieldsbad and taking the train to Kuala Lumpur. You got the money. How do you think I got the money? What's it? So the train station at Pyongyang is it's less than ideal in terms of adding more to it. If we want to add a bullet train, we're going to need another station here. Which means that's going to get detonated. Oh no, it's not. What's up with this? Warning! There are no warnings! Okay. Actually, we could upgrade that track to J-Slab High-Speed Rail Track V2, Japanese-style ballastless track for high-speed rail, limit 360. Oh, won't let me upgrade that, but that's interesting. So yeah, I guess it'd have to come out of here and then dive like a submarine, and then just go through the water. Is that even possible to tunnel through the water? And then pop up over here somewhere. I don't know if I'm losing packets. I have lost packets. Network dropped frames 1.1%. Completely elevated track for the aesthetics. Yeah, okay. Now, the only problem here is we've already got a tunnel. I'll have to go over this and then dive. That's annoying. I think what we'll have to do is swap this around. Actually, we'll let him go. We'll bring this into this platform instead. Why is that sound? Do you not have that sound, Jackal, when you destroy things? What noise do you have? Kuala Lumpur 2. Okay. Let's try that again. You may be interested to know that that sound is the sound of one of my moderators screaming. And it's available as a mod in the workshop. High-speed rail. Where are we going? Pyongyang? That way. Somewhere. That way. Is that deep enough yet? I don't know. That's 1/2. Okay, this is going to have to dive after the tunnel bit. Just got to dive then turn, isn't it? So if we make it not hug that thing. Trouble is, when it's snapped onto that, it keeps the height of it as well, so you can't be here and then descend. It's like it literally removes the option to do it. So you have to like snap away from it before it'll let you do it. It's somewhat annoying. Not clipping into that tunnel, is it? I wish it'd show you the depth. You're not doing at least some of it above ground. To do that, I'd have to elevate up. So we have to then go up, only to go further down again. That's the only problem with it. And I've got a bridge here, so if I haven't gone underneath by then, I'm going to have to go through that bridge. Which is going to be tricky. Just want that to maintain its depth. This is actually quite tricky because it doesn't really give you the tools to visualize this. Like, you can't strip away all the nonsense and just focus on the terrain depth and things like that. And because it's all in 2D, you have to keep doing this to kind of try and get a sense of where something is. Now it's trying to climb back up again, which I don't know why. See, it's just so dumb. Like, stay. All I wanted to do is just stay at a given depth.